usually not nervous, but I'm a little nervous right now, but that's okay. God's got this. This is about God, His victory in my life. So I've been attending Covenant Church here for about 7 years. I didn't always go to church, though. I grew up in a very good, loving, but unchurched home in Central Texas. My sophomore year of high school, my parents moved us to West Texas to be closer to my grandparents who were sick. I rebelled. That was when and where I was introduced to drinking and drugs. Whew. I was an alcoholic, drug addict for 25 years. I went to rehab for the first time when I was 17. I'm 47 now. I know I don't look it, but I am. I have been in and out of rehabs, institutions, jails, and even prison. When I was 28, I had a customer at Tom Thumb where I was a butcher pray for me and over me. That was the first time I ever remember anyone praying for me. So if you ever have a chance to pray for someone, please pray for them. I was 28. So I shared my struggles with him. I thought nobody knew I was an addict and alcoholic, but everybody knew. But I shared it with him, and he said, well, get you a Bible, which I bought at Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb sells Bibles. And I bought a $10 Bible, I remember. I was like, well, I'm going to buy that. I'm not even going to steal it. So I bought the Bible. And even though I could have pocketed it, I worked there. But I bought the Bible, went home, and he told me to get on my knees and ask the Lord into my life. And I did that day. So I built a life of worldly things. I actually went to work for that guy. Worked for him for a couple years, started my own appliance business. Still do that today, 20 years later. Me and that guy are still friends today. He went through freedom with me. I was a pretty functioning addict, but at the end of a 3-year meth binge, I managed some bars. In 2014, I'd lost everything. Ended up homeless, losing my kids, wife, house, family, cars, and 2 businesses. I was homeless, and at the very bottom of my addiction, I did the only thing that I knew how to do, and that was get on my knees and pray. I'd never really gone to church my whole life, but I'd always prayed foxhole prayers for God to get me out of whatever I was in. I don't even know how many times I've been arrested, about 20 times. I don't know, but I prayed every time, and it never ended up the way I wanted. But I got on my knees that day, and it was me and God in that room, me and him. And I ugly cried. I cried harder than I've ever cried in my life. And I begged him to take care of my family and my kids and end this and take me out of this world. I would do whatever he wanted. Well, he did end it, but he ended it his way. He snatched me up out of the muck and the mire, and he set me on a firm rock himself. I was supposed to go to do 22 to 20 years in prison, but my court-appointed lawyer got me substance abuse, felony punishment, drug rehab prison for 9 months. As she cried, and she looked me in the eyes and said, "This is a gift, take it." I saw God in her eyes. I fought every step of the way. I fought every step of the way there, though, and there were a million things that had to happen in order for me to get there, but I did go. God poured into me a lifetime of love and wisdom and his word into me there. I read the Bible, did hundreds of devotionals. I got to go to church. I got to sing and praise him for the first time. We had volunteers that came into prison and taught Bible classes, studies every night. I graduated 6 of them. I had a piece of God with me almost the whole time I was there. I started a prayer circle every night, called prayer circle in prison, prayed for people, miracles were happening. I'm a baby Christian. I'm like, yeah, that's God. He was just, it was unbelievable. It was an amazing, amazing experience being in prison, but God poured into me there. Anyway, I got out, and I started going to Celebrate Recovery here at Covenant Church at the direction of my aftercare counselor. I did relapse once a month for 6 months during going to Celebrate Recovery, but all I did was watch sermons for 3 days straight and cry. I told my friend, leader, and mentor, Doug Sweet, some of y'all know him, that I had relapsed. He looked me in the eyes and said, "Stop doing that." He rebaptized me at Celebrate Recovery on the 4th of July, 2016. And that is also my clean date. I just celebrated 6 years clean. Thank you. I also smoked cigarettes for 25 years, but I did not pick those back up after prison. So he delivered me from that as well. Today I love to serve the Lord and help others struggling, as he has saved me from the darkness that I had become. God has given me back almost everything and more than I could ever fathom or imagine, including my kids, which I saw 2 months after getting out of prison at the order of a judge. The judge looked us in the eyes and said, he needs to see his kids today. And I was like, do you know who I am, what I've done? But I also saw God in her eyes. Whew. Our relationship's better than ever today with me and my kids. I still have some struggles and stuff God and I are working on, and I could go on forever about the millions of blessings that I have today. Life is better than it's ever been. I get to live who God created me to be, not masked as someone I am pretending to be. They say that only 2% of meth addicts recover. I say my God can deliver anyone from anything. I felt kind of stagnant in my recovery, and then Celebrate Recovery was no longer here at Covenant, but I saw that Freedom Group was coming in. Pastor James had told me about it, and I signed up. I didn't finish the first time as it went online. I wanted to do it in person, but I did go through it this last session. So I had some things that God showed me, and I desired to be free of them. Going through Freedom Group was an amazing experience, and has helped me to become more of who God has called me to be, and get free from more of the things that have had a hold in my life. After finishing, I knew this ministry was one God had wanted me to be a part of, and I pray he can use me and my testimony to help someone struggling with addiction and give them the hope in him. This is a pivotal group in getting freedom from some of the things that have hurt, hindered, and shamed you in your life, and grow closer to God. I pray you will dig deep and get all God has called you to do and get free from in this freedom group. I cannot wait to see what God does in your life through this amazing ministry. Thank you for letting me share.
Wow. Give Duane one more big hand clap, can you? That's my man.
We got another one for you.